¿Qué la que hay, mi gente? RicoTorodrpr. Subscribe. Suscrite. You haven't already done so. So, a few Sosua updates and everything. So, shout out Jersey City, Jersey Shore, Philadelphia, West Coast, Finland, Lithuania. The only name most people know from Lithuania right now is, Christoph Porzingis, KP, 7'3" basketball player with the Knicks, now with the Dallas Mavericks. Christoph Porzingis, Lithuania. So yeah, actually had the pleasure of meeting good brother from Lithuania yesterday. You don't meet people from there often, but I'm just like, bro, you had a long trip to get to Sosua. But it just goes to show that Sosua is truly an international melting pot. So, means, Rico Toro, as well as some of my fellow YouTubers, we're reaching people. We're reaching people across all borders. I got a little issue with, some Europeans and French Canadians, which I'll talk about in a little bit. We just need to be mindful that, while, we can live a relaxed, freer life here, free from some of the regulations, have a great vacation here, fun times. It's not a wild, wild west that some think it is. Anything does not go all the time. Everybody, men, women, everybody is not fair game. And sometimes you may find yourself checked, or sadly mistaken. You shouldn't be upset, or confrontational. If you're, over the line, or inappropriate, sometimes you may get checked. Can't blame it on the alcohol. Can't blame it on I'm on vacation, I can do whatever I want. I'm spending money, I can do whatever I want. Can't always play that card. I'm in Merengue, and, dude comes in there, orders his drink at the bar. He's kind of grooving to the song that was playing, and he's looking at us kind of like, why aren't y'all grooving to that too, or whatever. And, I didn't really think nothing about it. I just didn't care for a particular song. I was grooving to what they were playing before that, and grooving after that. But that particular song I wasn't really caring for. And, a fellow American looked at the guy and looked at him basically like, because I'm not in the United States right now. That's why I'm not grooving to that. Whether, Sosua is a tourist town. It is becoming more and more Americanized. I agree with that. But it doesn't mean, we want to, like I said, I just wasn't feeling a particular song. One thing had nothing to do with the other. But my issue here is, though, the guy was a little bit cocky with the server, and I don't think he spoke any Spanish, and this particular one I know does not speak any English. And the guy's like slapping the top of the bar, like, give me a table dance. I want a table dance. And that's just not cool. It's like, that's just not cool, man. That girl, That girl may give you a private table dance in your place. I don't know. I'm not to say she wouldn't, not to say what she will or won't do, but I'm just saying they're not doing that there, and if she does, you might have to work on it a little bit. You might have to show some actual social skills, communication. You might have to work on it to get there. That's all I'm saying. It's not all fair game. Everything goes. You can have a good time, great time, partying, vacation, or living here. But like anything, there are boundaries, and respect applies. Respect for fellow travelers, fellow expats, fellow tourists, and the locals. Respect. Look at this Palomo getting a lap dance from a skank with his mask all up around his eyes. I'm not making light of the pandemic, but maybe your priorities are a little mixed up if you worry that much about adjusting your mask. More so than that, I use this term loosely, young lady on your lap with whatever foreign illness she may be carrying. I'm just saying, priorities. Again, I'm not making light of the pandemic. I'm just saying, one thing that bothers me about it is, I don't know, people, they'll do everything in the world to just about make themselves sick, injured, dead. But as long as they wear their mask, they're okay. I'm not judging. I'm not calling nobody out. Just observations, just entertainment. All right, Frosty. As far as things, on the ground, hey, you know what, man? Like, if you're coming next week or the week after, all I can tell you is, well, everything should be open, that's still open. That's all I can really tell you because, man, it's like if I reported every other day, if I gave an update every other day, it would be different every time. I'd be constantly contradicting myself. Because, for example, the past 3-4 days, Merengue Bar is looking again like it was when it was the pregame spot to Classicos. When Classico was the prime night spot, everybody would pregame in Merengue Bar and then go upstairs. But since the casino, and maybe another place here and there has become the prime night spots. Some night, for a while there, nobody was going to Merengue. They were either pre-gaming in their hotels or apartments, or just hanging out in Roomba, watching sports, doing a restaurant style thing, not really socializing with anybody, or maybe just chilling, having dinner, various places, but Merengue Bar has been really kind of busy, kind of popping, similar to old times. Now, the talent varies week to week, day to day. Some have told me that they're going back to the Capitol December 15th or December 20th, while others may have had a good November and they went back home for the holidays after like December 3rd. So they won't be coming back till like January, some of the out-of-towners. And, all I can say is Friday in the casino, it's a decent amount of people, decent amount of talent. 6 and 7-ish, a few 8s. I don't really call anybody a 10. The streets, again, with 2s, 3s, 4s, a lot of that. Interesting thing I will say, though, my Puerto Plata barrio princesses, though, if they came out just any kind of way, you might peg them as a 3, 4. But when they clean up, they can hold their own with a lot of the 6, 7, and 8s. That's the thing about them. They just don't have any reason to doll up like that when they're just coming in the public car, the carrito or the wawa, when they're just coming up on call. They don't usually go out of their way to clean up a whole lot. They like to keep it kind of low key, which I appreciate. But I'm just saying, there's some hidden gems that you got to find them on your own. You got to do what you got to do, social media, whatever, and that we'll come gladly see you. I can't really speak on Tinder like that because I don't use Tinder really. Some of the same ones I know in Puerto Plata, they're on Tinder. But it's just something I don't use. Some have had decent success with that. But, has the talent gone down in Sosua? I don't want to say, like, lately I'm beginning to think that maybe it hasn't that much. It's just that the volume, the quantity of 7s and 8s is not like it used to be. That's all I'm going to say, the quantity. So, in that regard, you say maybe it has. But still there. It's still there. You may not, like I say, you may just not find them in the streets or in the bars, but the talent that will service the area overall, I don't think has declined. They're just not the quality. The quantity is just not as easily found. So that's the only difference. So, consider myself equal opportunity of a lot of things. And, I've met some really cool, like, French people, some really cool Canadians, some really cool French Canadians over time. But lately, by the way, hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already done so. Rico.toro. Real life experiences. Personal observations. So, French Canadians, though, like I say, I've met some really cool ones over time. But for some reason lately, I don't know what it is, man. I've come across some real weirdo-ass French Canadians. Whether they barely know you and they're just way too touchy-feely, always like poking your arm when they talk to you, or, try to rub the back of my head or something. I have to put them in check, or, slap somebody on the top of the hat, which I think almost caused one to get beat down by one of my boys the other day, last week. And, we probably would have only stopped him because we don't want to see him go to jail. But he would have been in his right. And, one French-Canadian douche, was just shouting obscenities randomly to everybody at the bar at Copacabana the other night. And, we kind of had to put him in check a little bit. I wanted to walk over there and just kick his bar stool out from under him. Because, that's a better way for him to fall than for, somebody to hit him, But my luck, or our luck, he would have died. And that wouldn't have been a good look. And I don't need no new incidents or injuries or illness or ailments, anytime soon. I have my issues with that. So, but yeah, man, I don't know. And, I think we should all be, as grown men and women, we should be past that point where we make excuses for people for being intoxicated. I don't buy that anymore. Well, this person was an asshole, or or this or that, because they were drunk, or really drunk. No, I don't buy that anymore. We're all responsible for our own actions, our own selves, at some point. And those same people, they'll be real apologetic, like in the days after, when they're sober. But then, did they learn anything? Did they get it? The next time you see them when they're drunk, they're on full tilt again half the time. So that's why I don't buy that. They're drunk mess, So I'm about to go out to eat in a little bit. Place that I had before, Italian food. Didn't have a great experience. So I stopped going there for a while, but I gave them a second chance recently, and food was really good. The service was great. So I'm going to go back there. So keep watching along. Bologna, ristorante italiano. We're here. It's down the street from Margot, and the baseball field's down that way. Infinity Blues that way. So you know where we're at. Baloney. Quiet Sunday dinner. Gotta do a gangster style in the private room. Might be a good place to take a date. A little nice hideaway. So I have to let y'all know how the food is again. Keeping it kind of simple. I got a pasta bolognese, fresh cheese, garlic bread is exceptional, fresh. And we got lasagna over here. I had lasagna the other day. I'm gonna honestly say mine was slightly overcooked. Better at Margot, but drink prices are much better here. And see how the bolognese is. So, to wrap this up, the food at Baloney's is pretty good. It's not the best, very good service. The drink prices, my guys, they were drinking vodka and cranberry, and that's like 180 pesos versus like 350 to 4 some other places in Sosua. So the drink prices are very good there. But it's not the kind of place you just want to go sit and have like 3 or 4 drinks and just be kicking it like that, really, unless you just one that likes drinking like that with dinner. So not really like a bar kind of place. But as far as, like I say, good service, food is good. Not the best. Good priced. I think that's a great location over there where Baloney and Margot and stuff is. It's I think it's a good kind of off the main path. If especially you guys that are dragging your lady friends around to like meals and dates and stuff. If you places like that make them more comfortable. If they're more comfortable, your experience is going to be better. That's all I say. So maybe taking them somewhere like Margot or Bologna versus taking them to Roomba, to watch a 4-hour football game. It's your time, it's your money. If that's what you want them to do, by all means, you can do that. I'm just saying that if you bore them, the experience is not going to be as good. And if you take them somewhere pleasant where just the two of you can chill, I know sometimes, like if you're here for a short trip, you're trying to get it all in. It's a juggling act trying to have as much time, as much fun with your traveling partners and other friends and stuff, and also balancing the ladies. So you you like to bring your mains along with you and with the fellas all the time. I've done it before. I just know over time that, how different ways of moving with the ladies affects the experience and the quality time behind that closed door you're going to have. So, yeah. Subscribe if you hadn't already done so. Rico.toro.